It sure seems like the education minister is dodging the media when it comes to the controversial sex ed curriculum. The thorny issue has been dominating Queen's Park here. And on the very day that protesters stood right here in front of Queen's Park demanding the Ford government keep the current curriculum and not revert to the 20-year-old one, Lisa Thompson, the education minister, refused to come out and speak to the media for the third day in a row. Doug Ford's executive director of communications said she would not be speaking.
Is she afraid to face the media? I mean, I don't understand. It is part of her responsibility to answer questions to the media.
She's answering questions in the House every day.
Yeah, but she's not answering questions to the media.
She's answering questions in the House every single day. She's out there every day answering questions.
But it was the deputy premier, not the education minister, who answered the questions about sex ed in the legislature today.
What we want to do is listen to parents and protect students. We are very clear about that.
Lisa Thompson did answer the media in a scrum, what's called a scrum, when we're all surrounding her on Monday. It didn't go so well, though. In fact, it just added to the confusion.
Can you give me something specific that will not be taught in this classroom this September?
What we'll be taking a look at and rolling back to 2014 with is specifically the curriculum that embraces preparing students for the realities of today. And we will be rolling back our sex ed focus.
So the physical, the body parts, the actual sex act?
It's preparing young, what we'll be looking at is the developing sexual relations. That's the part in the curriculum that we'll be taking a look at.
So we're playing a little bit of cat and mouse with the education minister. She does not seem to want to be found. Here's the challenge. She could come out so many doors, starting with the main door of the legislature, which is way down the hallway, or any one of these doors along here. Problem is, they're all connected. There's a hallway behind them, which leads right to the premier's office. What do you think a minister's responsibility is when it comes to answering media's questions and scrums?
Well, I mean, I think
are they obliged to answer media questions?
Well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is part of our democracy, and it's part of what makes our democracy vibrant and keeps people informed about the actions of their government. To go into hiding as a minister is completely inappropriate.
I never was able to track down the education minister, but I did receive a statement from her office which reads in part, during the recent election campaign, we made a clear promise to replace the entirety of the curriculum. And as I told you just a couple minutes ago, there was a protest right here in front of Queen's Park from people demanding that the Ford government keep the current curriculum.
From the grade 5 chapter of the 2015 Health and Physical Education curriculum, identify the reproductive system and describe how the body changes during puberty. Teacher prompt. Female body parts that mature and develop as part of puberty include the vagina, cervix, uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, endometrium, and clitoris.
My concern is that my kid, who is only a kid, she's 4, is going to have to go through school explaining again and again who her family is and that her family deserves to exist and that she deserves to be seen.
So if you could talk to Premier Doug Ford, what would you say to him?
I would ask him why he doesn't care about me. I would ask him why he doesn't care about my sister. I would ask him why he doesn't seem to care about the 275,000 people who were cyberbullied. Because when he makes these actions, it's clear that he doesn't care. He says he's for the people, but if you're not for women, and if you're not for the LGBTQ community, and if you're not for anybody that loves or cares about them, then which people are you for?